Hiya, folks. This is Rick Emmett of Triumph.
This is Mark Merrill, also known as Johnny B. Bad.
Hi, this is a best-selling author. I threw the best-selling in there. Best-selling author Dick Wybrow.
I'm Melanie from Second Shooter.
This is Jeff with Second Shooter.
Hey everybody, it's Brian Allen from Bridges Ablaze.
Hey, this is Sammy Lee, drummer of the band Red Rain.
Yo guys, it's Mark McKay.
Hey, this is Frank Fletcher.
Hola amigos, this is Billy Sheehan.
Hey guys, this is John Karabi.
Hi, this is Jim Valance.
What's up everybody, it's Logan from All the Pretty Things.
Hey guys, it's Leather Leone.
This is Nothing from Inside the Trojan Horse.
What's up guys, Cassandra Carson here from Paralandra and the Life Project.
My name's Reggie and you are listening to the Weekly Pour podcast. Thanks so much for joining the most amazing twosome out there.
It's time once again for the Weekly Pour, the show that knows everything about absolutely nothing. Here are your hosts, TBT and Ace.
Welcome everybody. This is episode 186 of the Weekly Pour podcast. I, of course, am TBT. That guy over there is Ace, and welcome. It is a cloudy Wednesday evening. It is Wednesday, June 17th. We are on standby mode for tornadoes and wild rains and all kinds of stuff. It's literally almost exactly the same thing every freaking week when it comes to this place.
It's impending doom.
Impending doom, absolutely. One good thing about today is that, of course, we are live, just as always. Hopefully you're watching this on the YouTubes as we are live. We are running with a few people in the chat already. If you are in there, be sure to stop in and say hi, jump into the chat, just hit that like button, that thumbs up, because that's important. It's very important to hit that thumbs up. Somebody's in there and hasn't hit it. Wait, it could be me. Now, I'm in there. I have hit it. We'll say hello to everybody that's in there right now. Mama TBT, of course, who was number one, reaching in for the record 782nd show. Mama TBT, Mrs. TBT, and of course, Pam, who's in there once again, which we're great to see. And last but not least, maybe least, but most of last, moderator Natalie. If you screw up, she will kick your ass right out of that chat, so do not screw up. And in some cases, you don't even have to screw up. She'll kick you out anyway. So watch what you say. If you got something to say that you don't want to say in the chat and you just want it to go to myself and or Ace, be sure to send us a text or a voicemail at 747-333-8977. 747-333-8977. All right, the show is yours.
I thought you were going to send people after me. If you got something to say to my face.
You got something to say, you take it up with the moderator because she'll kick your butt and make you a t-shirt. Probably give him a t-shirt that I kicked your butt. It'll say I kicked your ass. And then on the back it'll say like yee-haw.
Exactly.
Yeah.
That's so fitting.
Yeah, hopefully we get through this show. It is 7 o'clock Eastern time on Wednesday, June 17th. We are, like I just mentioned, in tornado watches and all that fun stuff. And it never fails. Anything like this is going to bring power outages because that's what happens. We get power outages. So hopefully we make it through the next 57 minutes without one because we got quite a bit to cover. Some minor stories, I don't want to call it filler, but it's almost filler because there's not a whole lot of stuff that's going on right now. We do have a couple of brand new albums to talk about that Ace and I have both listened to at least once and are really, really, really starting to really dig them. We'll get into that. We've got some stuff coming up from Bon Jovi. We've got some news on them. We've got some stuff from Daughtry, Stained, Godsmack, and of course the concert that I was able to attend just this past Saturday in Terre Haute, Indiana, at the Mill. We'll get into that because I got a lot to say on that. A lot.
Did you find anyone to go with you?
No.
Did you grab anyone out of the crowd and drag them backstage?
No.
Okay.
No.
Just checking. No. I looked at the photos you had posted and didn't see anyone unfamiliar.
No. I did not.
Or hanging off your arm or...
No. I couldn't let that one be pictured. We can't both take a drink at the same time because there's that awkward silence.
Well, I'm sorry, but that was funny. It was a drink.
Yes, very true. Has anybody ever asked what's actually in your cup?
I don't think so.
Yeah, me neither. Okay, so moving on. I need to mow. I haven't been able to. It's getting ready to rain. Probably won't mow for a while. Maybe Friday because I'm not working Friday.
Neither am I.
Nice.
I will be off Friday. I've already made some plans to clean some brush from my fence line.
You're gonna brush your fence?
Clean the brush out of my fence line.
Same difference. Same
I
difference.
want to clean it up, and there's some crap behind the pool that needs cleaned up, and just tidying up the place a bit.
Sweep it into the pool.
No, we just got the thing going.
Yeah, I know, but you have a filter. If you just sweep it into the pool, filter will clean it.
No.
Yeah.
Filter's a problem. Filter's a problem right now.
That's what I do. I rake the leaves and I just throw them in the pool because the filter gets them.
Oh, no. Our filter would spew them back out. Well, A, you're not supposed to intentionally put leaves in your filter.
It's so fun.
B, mine would spew them back out at me because we're in that position now where I think we need new sand in the sand filter.
I have sand.
Well, I need new sand and I got to clean this stuff out.
Yeah, it's every 3 to 5 years.
Oh, well, we've not done it since we moved in, and we've lived there 16 years.
I would say you're awful close.
I'm pushing the limit.
Close. Yeah. Very close. Very close to needing that done. Real quick, I want to give a shout out to Petty Sport Decisions, who of course is our sponsor. And of course, because I'm wearing their t-shirt. I just got this from the owner operator a couple days ago. And I told her I would wear it on the podcast. So I did.
I like it.
And it's not black. I'm wearing a color.
That looks good on you.
I feel sick.
But it looks good.
Of course, because...
Wait.
What? Oh.
Are there sleeves?
Yeah, there's sleeves.
There's sleeves.
Yeah. I know.
Not black and it has sleeves.
Yeah.
Mark it down. Mark it down.
I gotta write this date down on the calendar. Moderator, note it. Yeah. So thank you to Petty Sport Decisions. Of course, the mobile bar service located in Bedford, Indiana. However, they travel all over the place.
Wherever you want.
Like from way up here to way down there or way over there or way over there. They'll be there. So be sure to check them out. Check the show notes. They are linked in there. Their Facebook account. If you need a mobile bar service, be sure to check them out. And I'm pretty sure, as long as I don't forget, because, that's what I do, there's an ad that I'll play for them a little bit later. Maybe towards the end of the show. If I don't forget. Yeah, we may be too involved in all this stuff and all this talk. How's the chat doing? I mean, they're yapping a little bit.
They are?
Well, really? They were. Yeah, even moderator says you're wearing blue with sleeves. Yeah. What the heck? I'm pretty sure that's what WTH means. What the heck?
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah. And Mama TBT said I look good. Ha! Thank you. I don't know who Maria is. I don't even know what that quote means, but we'll go with it. Anyway, thanks for everybody jumping in the chat. I've already said the phone number, all that fun stuff. Do you remember last week?
Nope, not at all.
Okay, I want you to think back really hard. When we had a guest in the chat, one of the people that were watching us, and they were talking about their niece who was painting guitars and painted some for Alice Cooper. And one of the things that I had talked about was the fact that she had sent another, I'm assuming it was she, had sent another text to our hotline with a picture of the Steve Vai guitar that was done. And I'm pretty sure we just ran out of time. And I said that I would put it up
Post
this
it
week.
or show it or something.
Yeah. So I'm going to pull this up right now because I do have it ready to go. I'm going to pull this up. So if you're watching this podcast on the YouTubes, then you get to see it. If you're not, then sorry, go to YouTube and watch it. And you'll be at minute 9 minutes and 45 seconds. And just start from there. And you'll get to see this gorgeous guitar that I'm putting up right now. Look at that.
Oh, wow.
That's some awesome art. I'm going to zoom in here because, I can't. I mean, I can. I'm going to make this a little bit bigger just to be able to get in there and look at some of that detail. Look at that.
That is really, really cool.
Yeah, I have to look over here to make sure that I can still see it, but let me do this. Let me blank us out. There we go.
Thank you.
Now you can focus on that guitar. And that is pretty badass, I must say. I wish she was in here and could see that we put that up. So I'm gonna, Natalie, you need to keep an eye out for that person that was in here last week, and see if they jump in and let them know that the guitar was put up there because it is just way too cool.
It's got me wondering how they come to her. Are they, stripped down and prepared so that she can paint them? Like, and what I mean, the pickups are out, the strings are off, that sort of thing.
Yeah. And as I sit here, I'm playing with it just to make it bigger, and that was weird. I'm enlarging the photograph to get some better details on this, and the colors on here are just absolutely stunning.
I'm getting like a surfer vibe out of it. I don't know why.
Maybe the water, if that's water. Is it surfing with an alien? But that would be Joe Satriani.
That's Satriani.
Yeah. I mean, there's kind of a face down by the just south of the pickups. I almost get a taco underneath the volume and tone knobs.
Almost.
Yeah, maybe not. That is very Dark Side of the Moon, all kinds of Dr. Seuss kind of stuff. It looks very cool. So I'm now going to pull it down, and I'm going to try to pull the camera back up because that's what we do. I forgot to warn you. Stop picking your nose.
I was looking at your lovely picture here so I could admire this a little more.
Oh, you said my lovely picture. I thought you were looking at me. Apparently not. Everybody saw that, I guess. Everybody saw it. So that's good. So what do we want to do? You want to jump into the news?
Sure, let's do it.
How was your week, by the way? Was your week good?
Yeah, it's been good. Busy.
Short, sweet. Yeah, it was fine.
Busy. Like I said, we got the pool done.
Yeah.
Saturday had the family over. 5 hours the grandkids were in that pool. 5 hours.
Wow.
Yeah, they love it. That's why we did it. That's why the wife put so much work into getting it ready, even though she wanted to torch it with gasoline on Thursday.
I don't think that would have worked.
No, but by Saturday, she would have felt better. But by Saturday, we had it all straightened out. Yeah, we're good to go for now.
Nope, don't jinx it. You got all your chemicals good. You're ready to go. You're keeping up with it. It's going to be fine.
Yeah, sure.
It's going to be fine.
Just waiting for that kick in the nuts.
Yeah, I have more tales of the diabetic Pyrenees, but I'm just going to leave it alone.
Well, what do you mean?
No, he's fine. He's getting much better. His numbers are still off the charts, but we take him back to the vet this Friday, so just a couple days for his spa treatment, otherwise known as a glucose curve. He goes in early, leaves late, and they draw his blood a few times. So we'll see how it goes. He's changed his insulin to a veterinarian produced, I guess, insulin. His food has been changed to a higher fiber diet to keep him fuller longer and to work better with the insulin. So we'll see. I don't know. I don't have a glucose monitor thing at my house.
Is there a what do they put in a high fiber food for dogs?
More fiber. Duh.
What's it taste? Does it taste like crackers or?
No, it tastes like the other food that he was on that was lower fiber. I mean, if I'm going to feed my dog, I have to test it out, right?
Exactly. I always wonder. I mean, some of this stuff looks really good. These treats they give the dogs, and they even say on their downstairs. Swear to God, downstairs there's a treats for Kiefer, and on the packaging it says yogurt flavored. First of all, I didn't know that dogs cared about yogurt or yogurt flavoring. Second of all, I really want to know if it tastes like yogurt.
There are 300 yogurt flavors. So which flavor of yogurt
I
does
don't
it
know.
taste?
It doesn't say. It doesn't
Go
say.
get one right now.
I need to find out.
No, you
I
need to go get one like right now, and you need to try it on the air.
No, we'll save it for later.
No, that would be a perfect thing. Okay, next week, everybody, make sure you tune in because Ace will be trying a yogurt flavored dog treat live on the episode. Everybody that's in the chat, please remember this. Text, email, whatever you can do to Ace to remind him of that. That'll be great. That you can do that next week, and let us know if it tastes like yogurt. And no cheating either. You can't grab like an Oreo cookie and say, this is what the treat looks like. Wink, wink, wink.
Then it would taste like an Oreo cookie. It wouldn't taste like yogurt.
Unless you dipped it in yogurt.
I mean, I've had stuff that's supposed to be like apple crisp flavored treats for dogs. It didn't taste like apple crisp anything. It tasted like dog food. But
okay.
Not that I know. Not that I tried.
What? Yeah. Okay. I used to eat dog food, but that's a whole different story. We'll cover that next week as you try your yogurt flavored treat. I can't wait for this. I'm ready for this one to end so that we can get to next week. Man, I'm excited. Speaking of things that just will never end. No, I'm just joking. That's a horrible way to segue into news. We do have some good news coming out of the world of Jon Bon Jovi, who says that he is fully recovered, finally, from his vocal cord surgery. He says it was longer than he'd ever expected, but it had to be right. This was in a recent interview that he did. It's basically saying that he's ready for Bon Jovi to get on the road, and he's ready for their Forever tour. And it's been 4 years since he's underwent that vocal cord surgery. And now he says he's fully recovered. So, and he said, we never lost faith. Even though they got a song that says lose the faith.
Yeah, he was keeping the faith.
Yeah.
Keep the faith.
Yeah. So, but that's cool. I mean, good for him. Do I dare say I'm skeptical?
That's the thing. I think the proof will be in these live shows that they are still preparing for. They have a huge run, a 9-night residency at Madison Square Garden in New York City, and that will be the bigger test. They did a full set on a talk show just not that long ago, and it was not very good. It was a lot of struggling for John.
Right.
So from there to now, if he says he's improved, I mean, he must be happy with it, or maybe I don't know, maybe he's trying to not worry the people that bought tickets. I don't know. I'm skeptical, but I'm hopeful.
Yeah. You just talked about their 9-night residency that they're having at Madison Square Garden. That's before they head overseas for more sold out shows in England and Ireland. And he says this, he makes a very interesting comment and says, it's not about perfection. It's about excellence.
Yeah.
What?
Right.
It's like saying that my shoes aren't dirty. They're just no longer white.
So what does that even mean? And how is he shooting for excellence? I would shoot for let's get through the show. I mean, you want to have a high standard for your performance, especially given your legacy as Bon Jovi. I get it, but man, we have no idea what this is going to sound like.
Yeah, I have high hopes. I'm skeptical, but I don't think he's the type of person that if there was something going on and he couldn't do it, I don't think he would. So I think if he's ready to go, then so be it. One of the articles that I read was talking about an implant.
Yes,
that he had to have put in.
Right.
That I guess helps contract those muscles, his vocal cord.
Well, I think what I read, and maybe you read something different. It gives the vocal cords something to bounce off of.
Right. Okay. Yeah.
Yeah. Right. So it helps that paresis where one is bouncing off of something. So you can go wacka wacka wacka. That's how those go.
Is that how they sound? So that every song
That's
is going to be
exactly
wacka
how they
wacka
sound.
wacka.
It's how
But
they sound.
yeah. Anyway, that's great news for Bon Jovi fans. They're getting ready to hit the road. Jon Bon Jovi says he's fully recovered, so I guess we'll see. Real quick, Backstage Recordings is back into the chat. We were just talking about you. You might have been a little bit late, but that's all right. We've already put up the photo, and we were checking out the Steve Vai guitar. I once again appreciate you sending that in for us so that we could take a look at that. I told the moderator to let us know when you jumped in. She didn't, so that's like strike
No,
2 already.
no, you had to do it.
Yeah, not my
You had
job.
to do it.
I'm docking her pay.
Or we'll double yours.
Perfect. In other news this evening, Godsmack has a new lineup change. Surprise! This one yet again, as they have recruited Mike Mangini. If you do not know who that is, he is the former Dream Theater drummer. He's been recruited to sit behind the drums for the remainder of Godsmack's The Rise of Rock tour, following what's being called an abrupt departure of previous drummer Wade Murff. Is it Murff? Murff. That's what I'm going to
Murph.
go with. Wade Murff. Mangini made his live debut with Godsmack on the 12th, so just this last Friday at the Morton Amphitheater in Riverside, Missouri. Of course, he was joined on stage by the rest of the band's current lineup, which consists of lead vocalist and guitarist Sully Erna, and of course, the bassist Robbie Merrill and guitarist Sam Colton, who previously toured with the band in Europe in early 2025. There's some footage out there, I'm sure, on the YouTubes of this show. Apparently, it's pretty good. But I think it came as a shock that Murph left, because everybody was, the last time we talked about this, Sully was talking about they just got this guy who has perfect timing and is just this and this and this.
Committed.
Yeah. I guess he was only committed for a little bit.
Right, because this is their first tour since they finished up in Europe with these new guys.
Right.
Right? Yeah, so they've not even done a full tour with this lineup, and now we're changing it again.
Yeah.
Now, the guy they're getting, Mike Mangini, is an excellent drummer. You know, if he's playing for Dream Theater, that's he replaced Mike Portnoy in Dream Theater, so he's got the chops.
13 years with Dream Theater.
Right. And coincidentally, Mike Portnoy is back with Dream Theater. It's fascinating how that stuff spins around. I mean, at this point, Godsmack is Sully. He's the driving force behind it, and he's just got to get. And he's got to get the musicians behind him to gel up. But I think it'll be fine. They're coming to Indianapolis this week.
I think so. I'm not sure. I know it's part of that tour. So.
Yeah, a friend of ours, mutual friend of ours, is going. Got some really, really good seats.
Nice.
So I'll be glad to hear from him about it.
Yeah, absolutely. I will say that if you've never been to a Godsmack show, definitely go check them out. Godsmack. Definitely go check them out. They put on a fantastic show.
Yes, excellent show.
Everybody knows their set list. I mean, it's very rare that you get something just, that you've never heard before. It is absolutely great.
Yeah. When I saw them several years back, I was surprised at how many Godsmack songs I knew, because I thought I was unfamiliar with the band, but I wasn't that unfamiliar. There was a handful of songs I didn't know, and even then, they were fantastic, and I went and found them on my phone.
Yeah. Surprise, surprise. You knew.
Yeah, I became a huge fan of Godsmack after that show. Huge fan.
This is a band that has headlined many, many, many shows themselves, and they've opened for lots of people, including Metallica. That was my first introduction to Godsmack many years ago when they opened for Metallica, and from then I was hooked, absolutely hooked. I was even lime wiring some stuff. I could say that now, right? Because statute of limitations.
Yeah, it's okay.
Yeah, so which is pretty cool. So that's pretty badass. I don't have any doubt that that the drummer is just gonna kill it. I mean, you don't stay in Dream Theater for 13 years for nothing.
Right.
Yeah. For those of you that are big fans of Daughtry, did you know that he broke the scene 20 years ago?
Can you believe it's been 20 years?
No.
Because I still consider him a newer artist. And
yeah,
no, it's been 20 years, and he's got actually quite a catalog now of music.
Yeah. It's crazy to think it's been 20 years since Chris Daughtry broke the scene, but he's going to celebrate that landmark occasion in his career with a special acoustic tour taking place this fall. Obviously, we don't talk a whole lot about Daughtry on here. This may actually be the second time we've done so. One of the main reasons that we're talking about this is, number one, he's decided to take this tour and go into smaller venues to make this more of a personal thing, a stripped down production. It's going to be a nice little intimate acoustic tour. For those of you that are watching, or maybe those that are listening that don't know this, of course, we are located in central Indiana, and Daughtry is bringing that tour just outside the neighborhood to Nashville, Indiana, Brown County Music Center, that we've talked about 372 times on here. October 29th, he'll be at the Brown County Music Center that's in Nashville, Indiana, bringing that tour. And I can't remember. So support for the tour will come from Ryan Pertz, P-E-R-D-Z. No idea. But I'll have to look him up.
Oh, I was going to say, you should have let us know now and had been prepared.
Well, I was, but now you can talk while I look at.
I don't know what the acoustic show will look like, but he is such a powerful singer.
Acoustic.
I think it'll be really, really well done.
Oh yeah.
What I mean is, are we talking a solo acoustic, or is he going to have his band up there? You know, that sort of thing. He's such a powerful vocalist that I think it'll be excellent. The last time we talked about him was when he put out Shock to the System Part 1, and that was his pledge to return to a rock sound after getting a bit watered down over the years by the record company, which is happening more and more and more by great bands.
For sure.
We have Shock to the System Part 2 out now, and this is not really a return to rock so much as a declaration of, coming into the present of what rock is, because it's not even straight ahead rock like when he came out with the first record, which was pretty straight ahead stuff.
Right.
And I love that first record. Love it. This is a little more modern sounding. So I wonder if he'll be able to pull that off acoustically. That'll be interesting.
I think so. If Kiss and all of the 80s bands could be on MTV Unplugged, he'll be able to pull this off.
I just watched you remember when Tesla did it with 5-man acoustical jam? I just watched some of that the other day.
That's great.
I love Tesla, man. Love Tesla.
So some information on Ryan Pertz. He is a Buffalo-based singer, guitarist, and songwriter who plays gritty alternative rock with a classic grunge feel. His music is inspired by late 60s rock icons like Jimi Hendrix and Led Zeppelin, and he cites Chris Cornell as his biggest vocal influence. Pertz released his debut EP, First Sight, and has over 1,200 monthly plays on streaming services. His songs include Paradise, Temporary, and Poison. temporary release in 2025. The other two, Paradise and Poison, were in 2022. So check him out. That's Ryan, R-Y-A-N, Pertz, P-E-R-D-Z. I'm going to check him out later, see what all he's got. But
just pulled it up.
That's the guy who will be opening up for Daughtry. So that's pretty cool. 20 years, unplugged. That's going to be an awesome tour. So looking forward to that. Another band who's getting ready to jump out on the road is Stained. We talked about this a few weeks ago. Now we're getting word that they will release Break the Cycle 25th Anniversary Live on August 21st. This effort will contain live recordings of each of the 13 songs off of the band's 2001 breakout album, Break the Cycle. If you've never heard Stained and never heard Break the Cycle, yes, you have. You would end up doing what Ace did and put some of these songs in and be like, oh my gosh, I have heard that. Break the Cycle had such songs as It's Been a While, Epiphany, Outside, Warm, Safe Place. Absolutely phenomenal album that was like one of the biggest things to come out of the post-grunge era. Some say that this is the album, that cemented, number one, cemented Stained as a legit band. Their place in rock history, and yeah, it is a phenomenal album. That is another tour that is making a stop up in Indianapolis at Deer Creek or Ruoff, whatever we're calling it this week. That's a 25-day date trek that's also got Seether as their direct support with special guests Hoobastank. It is a killer lineup.
I love that Stained tours a lot more than they used to. When Aaron Lewis was establishing his solo career, Stained was kind of left to the wayside, it seemed a little bit. But boy, in the most recent years, they've really picked up their touring schedule. And it's good. It's good that he's not giving up on that band because, like you said, so many people identify with that album, with that band, and it's just too good to lay dormant. It's just too good.
Yeah.
Them and then Hoobastank, out of nowhere, it seems like the last 2 years have been just everywhere.
You talk about Aaron Lewis doing his solo tour. Funny you mention that. July 10th in Paoli, Indiana at Castle Knoll Amphitheater, he will be there for his solo tour. Keep in mind, this solo tour focuses basically on his country music. He does throw a couple Sting songs in, but his outlaw music, that's in July. And then 2 months later, he's going to be, 70, 80 miles north with Stained performing, for that tour. So, Bret Michaels, take note. This is how it's done.
Right. You just get on a bus and go.
Yeah, you just go. That's September 26th at Noblesville at the Ruoff Music Center. That is Stained Break the Cycle 25th Anniversary Tour. And I do not know why it says that, but apparently, okay, that has got to be a misprint. It says 11 a.m. I am positive that is not true.
I will be done by 2.
Right? Well, I got to look now. There's no way. No way. I got to look.
Well, there's new rules at Noblesville now.
It's 6 o'clock.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
6 p.m.
That was officially from Ticketmaster. 6 p.m. Saturday the 26th. I don't know.
Okay.
Show up at 11. See if you can even get in.
Right. They may hire you.
They probably would. Here, put this on. You go sell some hot dogs or some water. Aw, excellent. Backstage recordings went back so she could see the guitar, which is perfect because it was there. Now we're going to jump in. Where are we at time-wise? We are at 35 minutes into this show.
Plenty of time.
Plenty of time. 2 albums that Ace and I have listened to this week that we wanted to definitely bring up because he likes one more than I do, and I like one more than he does. And that's how it goes. But if you were into the badassery of Evanescence from what the kids say back in the day, let me tell you now, their new album entitled Sanctuary, which is only their 6th album in 23 years, is absolutely amazing.
It is.
If you have ever questioned Amy Lee's ability to continue singing 20 plus years down the road, yeah, those worries need to be put to rest because this album is fire. That's what the kids say too. They say fire. It's lit.
Well, yeah, and I tell you, I was looking forward to it coming out, but
Yes.
what got me to listen to it top to bottom was I will be seeing Evanescence in July live at Ruoff, and I found out that they will be playing the Sanctuary record, all 12 tracks in the set list. And this is the old school way of working an album. You
For
work it into the set, and then people go and buy the record. That's typically how it used to be done. And a lot of times, if you don't know the record, then you're caught off guard. You don't understand. You're kind of lost, or you think it's wonderful. I wanted to be familiar. I listened to it top to bottom. I was blown away. The reason she is doing this is not just to work the record. It's because it's so good that it has to be played. It has to be played. There's 2 ballads on there. I don't have it right in front of me. One's Forever Without You. And
How Do I
both
Heal?
of, yes, and both of those ballads are beautiful and showcase her vocal range so well. So well.
I want to jump on that very point. If you wanted further proof of her freaking prowess with her vocals, go listen to Forever Without You.
Beautiful.
Because the number of singers that could replicate that, you could probably count them on one hand.
Right.
Unbelievable. Right. And I've never been the biggest Evanescence fan. Never hated them, but it, as I've told you and and most of the listeners do, I like my music a little harder. But don't take anything that I said away from Evanescence because this album is it's amazing. It's phenomenal. It's all of those big words.
Well, what I like too is that Amy Lee didn't feel a need to get out and push this thing so hard to push sales like some other band that had just put out a record and touted that record as their best ever. She didn't have to tell us it was that good. It's out there. It's going to be in the set list. You're going to find out on your own. And they are a band that knows who they are.
Yeah.
And it's not that she doesn't deviate from the formula. It's that she finds ways to reinvent inside that formula and put out just great music. It's so good.
If you're sitting there going, oh, I like what she did, My Immortal and all that, give this a chance. I'm telling you, because this could have been released immediately after that album. And that was back in 2023 or 2003.
Right.
So,
my God.
Yeah, 23 years later, we get this, and it is, it's stupid. Because that means cool, right?
Right. That means hip, cool.
Yeah, that means
awesome.
Cool and hip. Speaking of hip and cool, big shout out to the Viper, who is neither one of those, but he just popped into the chat. So
hey, Viper,
to say hi. Another band who we saw with Steel Panther of all people, Stitched Up Heart has just released their new album as well. It is called Medusa. It has 10 tracks, and this is a band that's been rocking
That's
it.
A cool album cover.
Oh my gosh, it is. They've been rocking since about 2010. So they've been together for over a decade, but a lot of places still consider them to be like, fresh talent. They've opened for bands such as In This Moment, Lacuna Coil, Butcher Babies, and they really sound perfect to be within that legion of bands. Mixie, who is the lead singer,
Yes.
the vocalist, she can go anywhere from a clean soprano type vocal to guttural death metal growls in this album. I have listened to this one twice already, and it just gets better and better every time I listen to it. Stitched Up Heart is not one of those bands that you're going to hear on the radio all the time. You're not going to see them doing stuff unless you're on social media, because they go crazy on pretty much all of them that I can think of, at least the big three: Instagram, the TikToks, and Facebook. There are a lot of special guests on this album. It is good. Right now, it's going to take a lot to, well, and we'll talk about the Evanescence as well. These two albums that are both out, it's going to take a lot to knock them out of what is usually our top 5 albums of the year.
Right.
Because for me, these two right here are sitting right up at the top.
Yeah, right now, and we're in June, so
Yeah.
there's time. There's time, but it's going to be tough. Um, I've not got as comfortable with this record as you have, but I know when you saw them, I think with I forget who they opened for. Was it Warrant?
Steel
No, it was
Panther.
not Warrant. Say
Steel
it.
Panther.
Steel Panther.
Yeah.
You were blown away by how good they were.
Yeah.
And of course, we've tried to get them on the show. You mentioned their social media presence, and I think that in lieu of doing interviews and things like that, it's easier just to promote yourself
For sure.
that way on TikTok and things like that, and build up a base that way, or streams or something.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm glad that a band that's up and coming like this, up and coming in a sense that they don't have a lot of material out yet.
Yeah.
Even though they've been around since 2010, I'm glad that they're getting some attention, even if it's from us, touting them highly.
Oh, for sure. One of the biggest songs I like on this album is a song called Cannibal. Very cool song, yeah, musically and lyrically. And that actually also features Heidi Shepard, who is from Butcher Babies. If anybody's ever listened to them, um, it is good. This whole album's good. It will wake you up, that's for sure. If you're having one of those days, wow, listen to it. So that is Medusa from Stitched Up Heart, and of course we talked about Sanctuary from Evanescence. You've got to check out both of those albums. Common theme between two of them: female-driven bands.
Right.
And holy moly,
And
you throw them in
slaying
there
it.
with, yeah, you throw them in with like Pearlandra, and here we go. Boy, that's a tour. Evanescence,
Right.
Pearlandra, and Stitched Up Heart.
Right. That would be great.
Natalie, make note of that.
Well, and not only that, The Warning is coming out with a new record here very
Yes.
soon. Very soon.
Yep.
So put that down on your list to listen to.
Exactly. All right, we got 15 minutes to cover this, and I think I can do it. Pretty sure. I don't have any other ones, do I? I got a couple that we could get into, but we're not going to. Because I don't know what that is. Why is this up? Oh, okay. It's another story. If there's time, I'll get into it. So this past Saturday, I traveled up to Terre Haute, Indiana. This is my second time going to the venue known as the Mill. I will tell you that with only being up there twice, that is probably one of my absolute favorite venues to go to. The first time I went, we went and seen Winger,
Yep.
Nelson, Firehouse. Who am I missing? Warrant. Yeah, so it was Warrant, Firehouse.
No. Nelson. Jack Russell.
Oh, now I remember.
Winger.
Yeah. And Firehouse.
And Firehouse.
Yeah. So
that's what
That's what it
because
was. See?
Warrant had to back out, or no, Emelianenko had to back out.
Right.
Steelheart.
No steel heart. Exactly. The mill is phenomenal. Whether you're going to sit on what they call the lawn, or you're going to sit in the VIP lawn, or you're going to go into the VIP standing room only. I am old, so I did not opt for the standing room only. I opted for the next session back, which was the VIP sit in your chair. Your chair, because you have to bring a chair.
Right. You bring your chair.
If you are going, I highly recommend you do the VIP space there because you have your own access to beverage trailers, your own restrooms, all of that. If you step out of that area and you want to go explore the rest of it, there's plenty of room. I have yet to be there. Maybe it's because of the choices I'm making with the concerts I go to. There's not been lines that have been horrible for anything.
No, they do a good job moving you through.
They have, since the last time we went, they did switch up how they do the merch. That is over close to where you come in now. Not a big fan of that. I still think it needs to be corralled a little bit. Nonetheless, that's one little minor detail. I highly recommend you check out the Mill in Terre Haute, Indiana, for any show that they have going. I think they've only got about 3 more shows going. Only about 3 more shows for this season, but it well worth it. Well worth it. And yes, the food was good. It wasn't just typical. I wouldn't even call it stadium food. I got a cheeseburger this time. It was great.
It's great.
So who did I go see? Well, you should have already known because I'm pretty sure we talked about it at the last show. This was the Bullet Boys, Firehouse, and Warrant set. All 3 of them were showing up. All I can say is if you missed it, I'm sorry, because once again, all 3 bands put on a fantastic show. The last time I saw Warrant was not at the Mill.
No.
Warrant was at Brown County.
Yes.
Firehouse
with Bullet Boys and Lita Ford.
Yes. Which leads me to talking about the Bullet Boys. Bullet Boys were the first ones on the list. They had a 30-minute set that kicked off at 7 o'clock, maybe a few minutes early. They did a 5 or 6 song set. I do not recall. I know I can pull up the set list online. I do not know if that is 100% complete. I missed the first 2 songs of that set because I was doing I was with Firehouse, which we'll get into that here in a minute. But let's say they did 5 songs in their set, and of course, if you've never seen Bullet Boys, Mark Terrain is very entertaining. Still very entertaining. He still has great voice. He's in his 60s as well. Still has a great voice. He's skinny as a rail, and he's just he's entertaining. His dance moves. I took a video so I could bring it home and show it to Mrs. TBT because he gives Elvis a run for his money.
I know the video back in the day for Smooth Up In Ya. It used to crack me up.
Yes.
How he acted. Very David Lee Roth-like.
Yeah. Yeah, he still has those moves, still pulls them out. I'll see if I can't find a video that I took and we'll post it. They kicked it off with Hell on My Heels, For the Love of Money. If anybody ever watched The Apprentice, it's that song that was originally done, I think, by the OJs. Bullet Boys remade that, years and years and years ago. They also did Hang On St. Christopher, Crank Me Up, and of course they ended it with their biggest hit, Smooth Up In Ya. I didn't look at the lineup of people, but when I got down there, Mark Terrain makes an indication, hey, we are one of the very few bands that actually has all 4 original members.
Wow.
They don't look nothing like they did in 1988.
Who does?
Yeah. So you couldn't tell. But kudos to them if that's the case. I'm going to say they probably did, what I say, about a 30-minute set.
Right.
Five songs, some talking in between, some yelling, some crowd interaction. They did good. I've only seen Bullet Boys as an opener. Back in '88, they opened for Winger and Cinderella, but they're still around, which is great. And they put on a good show. Whether you're there to see them or not, very well worth the show. Next up after them was Firehouse. And I'm just going to go ahead and say now that Firehouse blew the speakers away. This is not taking anything away from Warrant at all, because Warrant is spectacular, but Firehouse was, for me, was the band of the night, the artist of the evening. I'm sure a lot of it is because I'm a little biased, simply because I like Firehouse. I've liked Firehouse for a very long time. If you listen to them on a good stereo, good speakers, I love bass in metal music or in rock music. And Firehouse has always been one to crank up the bass just a little bit.
Just a little bit.
Just a little bit, just a smidge. They make sure those kick drums are in there. And it's great. When they played a 14 song set that did include a guitar solo. And what a great one. Every one of their hits that you can imagine, they played. They opened with Overnight Sensation, rolled right into All She Wrote. And of course, they did all of the favorites like When I Look in Your Eyes, Lover's Lane, Midnight. Actually, I'll get into that one in a minute. Love of a Lifetime. And they closed it with Don't Treat Me Bad, which is a very high energetic song to get the crowd going, which was good because that got the crowd pumped up and ready to go from Warrant. One of the things I wanted to point out is that Firehouse also did Mighty Fine Lady and Midnight Gasoline. Those are the two new songs that they have with Nate Peck, who of course is the new lead singer after the untimely death of CJ Snare. Nate Peck is a phenomenal vocalist. Nate Peck could have been in this band in 1988 if he was born. Nate Peck.
He's a bit younger.
Nate Peck does CJ Snare justice in every way whatsoever. His interaction with the crowd, his vocal ability, absolutely incredible. There was a time where he lost his monitor in his ear. His earpiece quit working because usually they in their ears they have timing going. For anybody that knows what they're actually
and you have to be able to hear yourself too,
right,
when you're singing.
It went out, and I want to say it was either the next to last song. It could have been "Reach for the Sky" when it went out. And he's like, don't worry about it. He's talking on the microphone. He's like, don't worry about it because I'll do it off the monitors. Man, he didn't miss a beat. Did not miss a beat. Before their set, I had the opportunity to meet the band and talk to them for a few minutes. And I'm going to go on record right now and say that they are easily the most laid back, most chill, most fan appreciative band that acts like themselves, not trying to act like rock stars and, put on a show. They're the best I have ever met. And I was blown away at their, I guess I can call it their hospitality, because it was cool. It wasn't, like, oh, how there are some out there, I won't mention any names for a change, that it's your privilege that you get to meet me because I'm in the band. They did not make you feel that way. It was the other way around. I am really glad you guys came to the show. Thank you. I hope you enjoy it. Is there anything you need? It was very personable.
you probably feel like you could have a beer with them.
Easily. Or a water. Or in the case of the Mill, Texas Roadhouse, because Texas Roadhouse is who provides the meals for the artists that are coming in. But that's
Really?
here nor there. Yeah. We were talking to the tour manager on the way back to meet with the band, and he was telling us that Texas Roadhouse caters the events for the bands. So of course they love going to the Mill. But again, Firehouse, killer set, 14 songs. And I wasn't paying attention to my watch. I don't know how long they played. A while. It was
Probably
I'm going to go with
45 minutes to an hour.
Yeah, I was going to say an hour.
Yeah,
I think
I would say that's fair.
Warrant did a little bit longer. Keep in mind too, there are only two remaining members of Firehouse. Original members. That's our guitarist and of course our drummer. So
when we saw them, weren't they mostly original outside of CJ Snare?
No, CJ. No, when we saw them, that was with CJ Snare.
With at the Mill, but they were original then, weren't they?
No.
No, I thought they were.
Perry Richardson was he was their bass player.
Yes, and he is with
Stryper.
Yes.
Yes. So no, bass player has not been original, although I think he's still been with the band for 20 years.
Okay.
But Perry's been with Stryper for quite a long time. But yeah, still very cool. They don't miss a beat. They're still good. They're still amazing. One of my favorite bands to see live, just because the sound that you hear on the record is what you're going to hear live, even with Nate Peck, who again is a phenomenal vocalist. Capping off the night, of course, was Warrant.
And I looked at the set list just now, and when the time comes, I got a couple comments because wow.
On which one? On Warrant?
Yes, you got a couple treats.
Warrant,
real treats.
17 different tracks that they played. Of course, when they say 17 different things that they played, that includes a guitar solo from Joey Allen, who is from he's from somewhere in Indiana, Fort Wayne, I think. So it was kind of a coming home for him. But anyway, they played every song you could imagine from Warrant, including Down Boys, Cherry Pie, their I Saw Red, the Heaven, the norms that you get. And right. I had 3 that I was 4, I think, that I was super stoked that they played. One of which was Love in Stereo, because I absolutely love that song. If you've never listened to it, please listen to it. Listen to the lyrics, and you'll be like, oh, of course, that's why you like it. 32 Pennies.
Yeah.
Which is, of course, off of Dirty, Rotten, Filthy, Stinking Rich. Machine Gun.
Yes, that's what I'm talking about.
That song. That was one of the harder songs that Warrant came out with when Janie Lane was still alive. And when that came out, it was like, whoa.
Yeah, that's off Dog Eat Dog, which is a fantastic record.
Yeah, and there was and of course the full version of Uncle Tom's Cabin. You can never go wrong with that. I love that song. That was the next to last song, but of course they closed out the show. There was no encore, but they closed the show out with Cherry Pie.
Of course.
Great set. You can't ask for anything better when it comes to Warrant. So
the other one I'm looking at was Louder, Harder, Faster.
Yeah.
And that's from Robert Mason, who sings in Warrant now.
Right.
That's from the 2017 record, I think, with him. And I love some stuff off that record. That's a very good record.
Yeah.
That one and the one with, is it Jamie St. John?
Yeah.
That used to sing for Black and Blue. Excellent record.
Altogether, it was a great night. Warrant, Bullet Boys, Firehouse, phenomenal. The crowd was great. They were into it. Although I'm going to secretly say the crowd was more into Firehouse than they were Warrant. But it was getting late, and a lot of people were older, and it was probably past our bedtime. Their bed. not.
Yeah, you made a point to me that Firehouse really put the energy out there, and I think a lot of that has to do with Nate.
Of course it does. He was the youngest one on stage of all three bands.
Right, and when you got a kid that young that's ready to go,
Yeah.
you got to keep up the energy, right? You got to level it up.
Exactly. So if you've never been to the Mill, go to the Mill, go see something. Wait till next year. There'll be some good rock shows going because we'll end up there again next year. But that's what I have for my concert review. I give it 5 stars out of 5 because stars are cool, right? And before we leave you, because we are out of time, before we leave you, let me just remind you that if you go to UK's Download Festival, be careful what you do, because you can end up being investigated because of things. A current police investigation is underway right now after a couple was allegedly caught doing the thing while riding the Ferris wheel at this year's edition of the festival. They were waiting for Guns N' Roses to take the stage for their headlining performance at the event. And apparently some of the fans were saying, well, that's why it was happening, because, well, you never know if Guns N' Roses is going to be late. So don't get caught with your pants down when you go to the Download Festival. It's Download Festival, not there's a joke there, and I'm just not. Yeah, I'm not going to do it. I'm supposed to do this, and if I don't, I'm going to forget. So this is the end of the show, and I'm going to play an ad because, once again, we still have bills to pay. At least that's what Ace tells me, and so does Natalie. But I've never seen the bills. Weird.
Craving a bar that rages as hard as your mosh pit? Petty's Poor Decisions rolls in with a mobile bar that slays weddings, parties, and epic events. Custom cocktails, killer service, no lame excuses. Why settle for weak vibes when you can crank it to 11? Head to Petty's Poor Decisions on Facebook and ignite your next gig. Poor Decisions never rocked this hard.
We'll see you next week.